Here we go. Yo, what up, though? J Irja in the building. How you doing?
What up?
Hey, I appreciate you coming sitting
Finger
down
guns.
with me. For sure. You know, I'm excited to sit down and talk to you, hear your journey. This is definitely our first time sitting down.
Yes.
Got a chance to go through the music. When people see you, they probably wouldn't expect the type of the sound that come out of you.
Yeah, that's very true.
Definitely great music, energetic, but you really come with some hood shit like the like that people gonna really feel. Like, tell me like a little bit about your style for people who may not know.
So to me, it's kind of hard to explain my style just because I'm just being myself. So I don't sit there and think, hey, this is my style. It's just what I say is reality rap. That's my style. Like telling a story about what I actually been through. Like everything I say in my music is something I've actually done. Like,
Gotcha.
So when people look at me, they see like the polished after effect of all the bullshit I had to go through, right?
Gotcha.
So they're probably expecting, like, oh yeah, look at my designer, look at this, blah, 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 whatever. But that's not the reality of the journey I had to go through to get here. Like,
Gotcha.
I don't make music for necessarily radio. Like I make music for people that want to still hear music.
Gotcha.
If that makes sense. I'll do like radio hooks, but my verses are very, if you dissect them, they're very for like people that are hustlers, people that have been through the shit that I've been through,
I got you. I noticed like going through just like your YouTube and things like this, and you have it on the merch right now, the Psycho. This is kind of like a thing or word that pops up throughout your platform. What exactly does that mean?
So Sexy Psycho is my brand.
Okay.
It's my name. So if you break it down, a lot of people think, oh, sexy, like titties, ass. That's not what sexy is about in this instance, even though I am, sexually appealing, obviously, sex sells, whatever. But the fact of the matter is sexy means attractive, right? Let's break down the word. Sexy means attractive. Psycho means crazy or weird by society's standards. So sexy psycho actually means like being different or being yourself is attractive.
Okay.
So, one of the catchphrases of Sexy Psycho is be you, do you, no apologies.
Got you.
Because that's like the whole point, and that was the whole point of me ever doing music. That was the whole point of me ever, finally, it wasn't just creating a brand for me. Sexy Psycho was finding out who I am.
Got you.
Like, and I coined who I actually was. Instead of trying to find something that was sellable, like people were like, when I first came out with Sexy Psycho, they're like, I don't know if that's sellable, man. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck who likes to buy it or who doesn't like to buy it. This is who I am. And guess what? There's a bunch of people out there, that's who they are too, and they just don't even know what the term is yet.
Absolutely.
You feel me? So that's my name, J Irja, the Sexy Psycho. That's my brand, Sexy Psycho. I think that everybody can relate to having that in them.
Got you. Now, with the music, you definitely doing numbers, definitely got some household strong features that you connected with. Out of the records that you've done, which is the most personable and which one is like your most shocking feature that you got?
I think it's so hard to say like what's the most personable, but I think like the one with Ritz was really a big deal for me because it like chronicled through my like rehab.
Gotcha.
If that makes sense. I went to rehab and like failed miserably, but I had to rehab myself. You know what I'm saying? It chronicles my personal rehab through just shit I had to go through. Like the whole thing, if you watch like from the beginning to the end and listen to it beginning to the end, if you watch the video, you'll really see it. But it's about chronicling and fighting any kind of addiction, any kind of ailment that you could have. And for mine was like, I used alcohol a lot to, for multiple reasons. I wanted to shove down trauma I had my whole life. I was in a really abusive pimp situation for many years. I wanted to be able to tolerate the things I had to do to, survive. And that's what it was for me, so that's personable. And then the Twista song, I'm really excited about that, Made Me Crazy. So that kind of just shows people like, You know, because people look at me like, oh my God, for example. So this is just a side note because I do this all the time because I have ADHD. But for example, like Made Me Crazy, it's in Chicago, obviously. Met Twista many years ago in Chicago, but didn't link up with him again until my manager. But it shows people that I don't want to say I am hood, but I am. You know what I'm saying? That's just, I hate coining things like that, like your street or your hood or whatever, you know, but like that I was really in the streets. Like I really, really have been on OBlock and made, you know, done what the fuck I do. I was really, stayed off in Grand River and Schaefer, got dumped off there and learned how to sell crack in Detroit. That's where I learned how to sell, that's where I learned how to sell dope. You know, and that is, I think, the most shocking one. You know, when people put on that song, that Twista song is just like, it's something else. You know what I mean? Like you turn on, you're like, God damn, if you've never heard me before, and then you hear that, you're like, there's no way that that's that little white bitch.
So breaking that down, take us on that journey, the beginning, and then how did you end up in OBlock? And how did you end up in Detroit? God, and then how did you get to where you are now? We got time.
I know, I'm just like trying to think about how to even... Okay, so, you know, when I was young, I mean, it all starts when I was young.
Where you grew up
at? Canada.
Okay.
So, born in Canada.
All right.
Really poor. Poor family. Very poor. My dad and my mom moved around a lot because, you know, it's just different when you grow up in a socialist country. It's very hard to get out of poverty. It's not like here where everybody has the opportunity, you know? We were really poor, and my parents were like, if we can just make it to America, you know what I'm saying, we can give them a better opportunity. So when I came here, I just saw like the abundance of like small businesses and hustlers and stuff like that. I'm like, I can do that. You know what I'm saying? Like anything, like, because I didn't want to be poor anymore. Like when I was, like one of the biggest memories I have from when I was a kid was having like lemonade and Kool-Aid stands, like the Fisher Price things. Yeah. I would set it up in front of the house, and like I would chase cars down to like try and make them buy the lemonade so that I could, you know, make sure we had our lights on, stuff like that. That's just reality. I never thought of that as street shit. I just thought of that as I got to feed my family at 7 years old.
Wow.
8 years old, you know. So that's the kind of poverty I came from. And music was always my way out, you know, like when I was young, very poor, like I would write songs with my little sister and we would make up choreograph routines and, you know, like I still know some of those songs, swear I'm not even kidding you. But when we came here, like that's what I always wanted to do. And my parents were like, no, music is not where it's at. You need to go to college. You're really smart. I have a very high IQ. But when I moved here, I got a really bad head injury. So that kind of made me a little bit more of an outcast. I was already poor. We had one outfit each. Like me and my little sister used to switch outfits, so we would have more than one outfit. Okay, it was bad. I already had an accent. I was like the chunky, weird, awkward, foreign kid, trying to be friends with people, and like it was fucked up. But anyway, so as I grew, I was like, I don't want to be this. I'm like, I cannot suffer. Like, I could not see my family suffer. I could not see my little sister suffer. My little sister was a big thing for me. I wanted her to, I always protected her, you know? So I'm like, when I turned 16, my mom was like, well, you want to be an adult so fucking bad? I graduated early. And she's like, then go be a fucking adult. And gave me 3 garbage bags and I fucking left, you know?